Week 6, quarter 2, Monday, coordinate geometry study guide. Read the first question, please.
Points 2, 3, and -1 foot.
Explain how you find the midpoint. What's the formula for midpoint?
x2 minus x1 divided by 2 plus y2 minus y1.
Are you allowed to have like a piece of paper for that or no?
No.
Okay. Midpoint, so x, y, this is the midpoint, is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That makes sense, correct? All right, so then looking at this right here, it's just going to be 2 and -1. That's going to be a 1, right? Divided by 2, correct? And then you're going to have 3 and 4, add them together, which is a 7 over 2, correct?
Yeah.
That's your answer. I don't, what the hell is this? What is that? Your midpoint needs to have an x and a y value. You do understand that, correct? It's essentially saying what is the point that is in the middle of these 2 points? Do you want to explain to me what the heck is that? Why are you subtracting? It is a plus. Do you see that? Do you feel like you're ready for the test tomorrow? Because you really studied the video this weekend, right? This is the only essential answer right now. So let me be crystal clear with you. You fail your class, you go ahead and drop your grade anything lower than an A, you will be grounded. As in, you do not get the luxury of working upstairs. You do not go ahead and have your cell phone aside from when you're in school. That is it. Do you understand me? So the next time you decide to kind of be lazy and be complacent about this, you remember this very moment. What is the distance formula? Go look at your notebook.
x1 plus y squared plus y2 minus y1 squared.
Explain how you find the distance for number 1. Explain to me what you did. Did you do it? Well, then go ahead and do it then. This doesn't matter if it's y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared or x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared. It's the commutative property. A plus b is the same thing as b plus a. So when I do 4, oh, hold on a second. No, I fucked up. Hold on. 4 minus 3 is a 1, correct? -1 minus 2 is a -3. So it's 1 plus 9. And that's as far as you can go. There's nothing else you can do. 1B, read. Go, please. I'm not doing this with you, Gordon. Let's go.
Find the if C is the midpoint of segment AB and A, find the coordinates of B.
What's your plan? What are you gonna do?
Well,
This is a question where they give you the midpoint, correct?
Mhm.
They give you the starting, correct? And they want the other b, which is the endpoint, correct?
Yeah.
This is one of those difficult questions. Start off with a formula. Midpoint, which is x, y. What's the formula?
Oh, okay. X1 plus X2 divided by 2 plus Y or minus Y2.
No. Midpoint is adding. Why would you subtract it? Whatever. This right now tells me that you did not study for it this weekend, and I'm very disappointed in you. This is not freaking okay. So when we go to San Francisco this weekend, you are not to do anything until every single one of these pages are caught up. You understand me? You understand? You understand? You're not doing anything until this shit is caught up. Clearly giving you the freedom to do things yourself, you're not using this time wisely. That is not okay with me. And this is why you're getting your ass yelled at. What's given to you? What's the midpoint?
C,
What is it?
-5 and 7.
Plug everything else in. What else do they give you here?
The
What is that? How would you label that?
15.
How would you label it? How would you label it? X1, Y1. Right? How would you label the endpoint?
X2, Y2.
Plug it in. X1 plus X2. Y1 plus Y2.
Bringing over 2 plus 11.
Now watch this. This is X, correct? You set them separately. -5 equals 8 plus X2 over 2. Do you see that? You're going to find X2. Does that make sense? To find that, what do you get rid of first? I talked about this with you. I told you you need to review this weekend. What do you need to get rid of first? What's the top of X2? There are two things attached to it. What are they? Which one do you get rid of first? How do you get rid of it divided by 2? This is going to give you a -10 equals 8 plus X2. How do I get rid of 8? It's a +8. You get this one on the test tomorrow. You're going to stay grounded. What's your answer?
Negative.
So this is the other endpoint. -18. I now need to have Y. You go ahead and solve for Y. Figure it out yourself. Pay attention. Pay attention. Explain how you got it. What did you do?
Then is equal to 15 plus Y2 divided by 2. So then I multiply the 2 by 7, which gives me a 14. So 14 is equal to 15 plus X2. Subtract the 15 from the 14, which is a -1. So -1 equals X or Y2.
So what is your midpoint then, or your endpoint?
8 or -18, -1.
Good. Make sure you have that on the test tomorrow. I suggest you practice a little bit more with this. Question number 2.
Micah is traveling to Peru for a summer vacation. Looking at a map of the path of their flight, she notices that she leaves Chicago, which is located at 35.6.
Oh.
7.4. They just placed at Panama, located at 8.2, negative 12.3. Amazingly, Panama is the midpoint of her trip to Peru. What are the coordinates of Peru on the map?
I already set this up. Draw a picture first. Where's she starting at?
Chicago,
Or where's he starting at?
35 points.
Chicago?
Yeah.
What is that?
35.6 and 16.4.
What's the next one?
Panama,
Where should I put that?
midpoint as 8.2 and negative 12.3.
And then what's the last one?
Like Peru,
So which one's the endpoint here?
Peru.
That's what I'm trying to find, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as the last question, except that you have decimals now, correct? Set it up. Do you set it up like this? Make sure you're setting it up correctly before you go any further. If you didn't set it up correctly, do you understand where it went wrong? Do you understand how this is set up? Pay attention, please. The midpoint, 8.2 is the x value, correct? That's equal to the first x, 35.6, plus x2 divided by 2. Then you do the y's. Negative 12.3, that is the midpoint for the y's, equals the first starting point, 16.4, plus y2 divided by 2. 8.2 times 2, correct?
Yes.
Minus 35.6. Okay, 19.2. Or 19.2, yeah. Is that what you have?
No, I got negative 18.2.
All right, well, figure that out, what happened there. So first thing you're gonna do, draw the triangle. What is the equation of the median to the side of BC? When it's talking about the median, it means it's in the middle, right? And you're looking at BC. So here is BC. So essentially what it's asking for is this part right here. What is the equation of the median to side BC? So I'm not understanding this. Is it asking for the midpoint?
Probably because you said the median is equal to the middle.
I know, but it's the equation of the median. The part that's confusing is the equation. So is it talking about the equation for the midpoint, which is I'm not sure. So let's just do midpoint of BC is going to be that plus that, which is a negative 2, correct? Divided by 2. That plus that, which is a positive 2 divided by 2. So that's a negative 1, 1. That will be the midpoint of BC, correct? But here's the thing. We need to figure out if that's what it's asking for, or if it's asking for an actual equation. You see how I did a snipping tool and then I just put answer? It's thinking, that's fine. So the midpoint is correct, correct? Step 2, but that's not it. So it needs the equation of that. So then the slope from the median, 5 to a negative 1, slope of the median from A to M. Why is it 8? Okay, now I get it. Okay. So this is not asking just for the midpoint. You do get the midpoint, which is this point, which is negative 1, 1, correct? But it's asking you what is the equation of the median and the side BC. So it's asking you, let me see, not part C or part B. Part A, which is, okay. So then they're saying there's an equation that goes from here to here. Do you see that? It's asking you for the equation of this line. Do you see that? So to find the equation of that line, y equals mx plus b, correct? So what are the two things you need for the mx plus b? Slope and
Oh,
y-intercept, correct? The slope equation is what?
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Good. The 2 point you're going to be using is this point right here and this point right there. That's why you need to find the median or the midpoint. Do you see that? So this is not the median, this is the midpoint. Okay? So then let's plug it in. What is your slope?
My slope is 1.
No, Try again. Explain how you got 1. No. These are the 2 points. Do you see the 2 points highlighted in yellow? Plug that into the slope formula. Do that right now. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be 1. Okay. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Do you see that? Yes? When you plug this in, it is Y2, -5, minus Y1. Do you see that? -5. Oh, I'm sorry, not -5. That's wrong. It's the midpoint. 1 minus 2, which is right there. Do you see that? That is Y2 minus Y1. Yes? Then X2 minus X1 is -1 minus 5. Do you see that? 1 minus 2 is a -1. 1 minus -5 is a -6. Double negative makes it a positive. So what's your slope? Yeah. Now that you have the slope, what do you need to find? B, correct? Pick a point. Which point looks easier to use? You can either use this one, A, or the midpoint. Which one? Pick one. It's either A or the midpoint. Slope would be better because there's no negative, correct? But midpoint is also good because there's smaller numbers. But midpoint has a negative, so you need to be careful on the negative. Here's the equation. Y, which is 1 equals slope times x, which is -1, plus b. Yes? Multiply this as a -1/6 plus b. How do you get rid of the -1/6? What's opposite of a -1/6? That part cancels. B is now by itself. Yes? 1/6. Isn't another way of writing 1 is just 6/6 because that's technically 1? 7/6 is b. Do you see that? Now that you have that, y equals 1/6x plus 7/6. That is your equation. Do you see that? That is your answer for A. I'm going to pause it here. You go back and review it.
Perpendicular to side AC.
So here's the other tricky part. We're now going to deal with a perpendicular, right? Perpendicular means that if your slope is 1/2, what is a perpendicular slope to 1/2? I'm just saying, for example, I'm not saying that that's the answer, but what would be the perpendicular slope to 1/2? Remember to flip it and put a negative to it, remember?
Yeah.
So if I flip 1/2, what would that be?
2.
2. And then what's opposite of a positive 1/2?
-2.
Do you see that? Bisector side of AC. So now we're changing this. That's AC, correct? So the bisector means it's going to be here, correct? Like that, right? So we would need to find the slope of that. So A, what's point A? You need to grab another piece of paper. There's no way in hell you're going to have enough space. Go grab another piece of paper. Midpoint. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and find the slope of AC. So for B, first step, 1B, find slope of AC, correct?
Yeah.
But remember, you need to find the slope that's going to be perpendicular to AC, right?
Yeah.
So let's find the slope of AC. What are the 2 points here? What's A and C? A is what?
Is 5 and 2.
What's C?
1 and -5.
Okay, let's find the slope of that. Okay, the slope is 7/4, yes? But perpendicular is -4/7, correct? So that's a slope to this part right here, correct? Now, it's saying that there's going to be a side that's going to be bisecting this right here, right? Well, this line that bisects this is going to be like a line like that, right? You know the slope of this is going to be -4/3, correct? But I don't have a point to this. Do you see that? So what do I need? So 2B. Need point on line bisector, correct? I need a point so I can find B, right? To find B, correct? How can I find that point? What can you do to find that point? What does that point look like to you? Doesn't that look like the midpoint of AC? So let's find the midpoint of AC, okay? What's the midpoint formula?
X2 plus X1 divided by 2 plus Y2 plus
No plus, there's Y2 plus Y1 divided by 2, right? You're not adding anything together there. All right, so the 2 points, I want you to go ahead and find the midpoint of AC. Midpoint of AC, go ahead and do that. Go. What are the 2 points of A and C? A is right here, C is right there. Find the midpoint of that. Go do that, please. Do you understand how frustrated I was when I saw you over there looking at your fucking cell phone and just pretending like you had nothing else better to do in the world? And now you're stuck over here. We're not even done with the first. These are the 2 points. Do you see that? You're finding the midpoint of AC. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Do you see that? 2 plus -3. -5 is -3. -3 divided by 2 is -1.5. Do you see that? Do you see that?
I got 7/4.
How? Why is it over 4? The midpoint formula is divided by 2. How do you get 4? Do you agree that this is the midpoint formula? Do you see that? This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Plug that in. Now that I know that this point right here is 3 and -1.5, and I have the slope, which is -4/3, right? I can find B for this equation. Do you see that? Okay. 3B. Your job is to find B for y equals mx plus b, right? You already have the slope that was perpendicular was what now?
4.
And then you have the point, midpoint, correct? And that midpoint is a point on this line. Do you see that?
I thought it was 7/4.
This is the slope. It is perpendicular. What is perpendicular to 7/4? Because this is perpendicular. Did you read that?
No.
No? Well, it's kind of important for you to read that. Wouldn't you agree? Isn't that kind of an important information there? Plug it in and find B. Slope is negative 4/7. X is 3 plus B. Find B. Another way of writing negative 1.5 is a negative 3/2 plus 12/7. Common denominator is going to be 14. If that becomes a 14, negative 3 times 7 is a negative 21. If that becomes a 14, 12 times 2 is 24. So your B is going to be a positive 3/14. Now that you have that, your equation, which is for 4B, is y is equal to negative 4/7x plus 3/14. That is your equation for part B. Read number 4.
If AB equals square root 90, AD equals 8, determine whether ABCD below is a parallelogram.
The distance of A to B is what?
90, or square root of 90.
What is the distance of AD? What do I need to do to prove that this is a parallelogram? I would need to prove that what is the other side that also has to be square root of 90?
CD.
What is the other side that needs to be 8?
CB.
How do I find the distance of those two?
But D square root.
Find the distance of CD. And then what?
And then the distance of CB.
Go ahead and do that. I am not happy with you with your conduct. Absolute bullshit that you have to do this again at this point of the game. Do you see how CD is square root of 90? And then BC is 8. So it is a parallelogram. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you explain it. Number 6 or number 5.
We were just prove that the triangle with verticals are
Vertices, which are the points.
RS is an equilateral triangle.
Equilateral, what does that mean?
All sides are equal.
So you're going to find all 3 distance have to be the same number, correct? Did you graph it? That doesn't even look like it's equilateral. Are you sure you graphed it correctly? -2 to -2. That is R, correct? What's the next one?
1 and 4.
What is it?
1 and 4.
Next one.
4 and -5.
Is that what you have? Is that what your looks like? Because yours doesn't look like mine. So what are the three sides you need to find? Find the distance of, what are the first one? What are the three sides of your thing?
Okay, this 3. These sides of it. So R, S, S, T, and R, T.
Now find it. RS. Let's start with that. Do you see mine? First one is 3 square root 5, 3 square root 5, and then 3 square root 10. Are they all three the same side? Okay, so not equilateral because, and then explain it. Do you understand?